This should be a familiar setup by now. Our lesson goal for today is the derivative of logarithmic functions. You can see that I've set up my logarithmic function here. This is y equals ln 1x, or just plain old y equals ln x. This is log base e, by the way. If you ever want to write log base e, it's ln for short. So this is log base e x. You can see that it curves up here and starts flattening out. You should also see, if we take a look over here, you can also see it has an asymptote at 0, so it doesn't cross that. Okay, so let's take a look at what it's going to look like. Just set that up a bit. Okay, where'd my a value go? It's over here somewhere. There it is. Now let's see, as I move my a value and there's my gradient, let's see what my b value does, which is going to trace the derivative of this function. Okay, you can see that as I move further to the left, my derivative is getting greater and, my gradient's getting greater and greater and greater and greater. And as I move further to the right, the gradient's getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay, so there's our basic shape here. Now, let's see what happens if I change this a value from, say, 1 to 2. Oops. Okay, so I'll just shift this. Now you can see that as I increase my a value, my function is moving up. That is, it's being translated vertically. So it's moving up. But you'll notice that the gradients aren't changing. So if we watch as we move that our point here, what happens is we're generating the same graph. So that means that the derivative of ln 2x, or 2.06x, is the same as ln 1x. And if I move it up further, you can see that, again, it's still the same derivative. If I move it down, it's still going to result in the same derivative. Okay, so the takeaway from this is if y equals ln x, then y dash equals 1 on x. That's 1 divided by x. You can go one step further, I guess, as you saw there. If y equals ln kx, that is where k is any number at all, then y dash will equal 1 on x. Okay, so if y equals ln x, y dash equals 1 on x, that's what this dotted line represents. And if y equals ln kx, y dash will still equal 1 on x. So it doesn't matter whether that k is in there or not. Okay, so that's the derivatives of logarithmic functions, at least their basic shape. We'll take a look at some questions in a minute.